Bill Busbick used to be the commissioner of the Louisiana Department of Wildlife and Fisheries. He's the main honcho out here. So tell me that there wasn't some political favors that took place.
Yeah, big time.
Yes. Neil Reiser, right in the middle of it. Jindal, right in the middle of it. Mike Foster, right in the middle of it.
So not only is there a couple hunting lodges out here?
Yeah, I can take you to one right up here that you can see. But the main one, you know, he's got a big house. You can see the security fence from the road, from Highway 126, which is called the Olive Winfield Road. You can't see his main lodge, but the swamp people, Troy Landry, all them, they come out here and hunt. He has big celebrities that come out here and hunt. It's a lot of money involved in this deal. And the state owns these deer, so how can he legally
put a lodge in the middle?
Put a fence around
state
and
property.
entrap state property. And what the law says, the law specifically says that number one, you can't fence up more than 2,500 acres. Okay. Number two, that if you do fence that up, that you've got to remove all native species. Okay, it doesn't say what type of species. It says that the law says that you have to remove all native species: hogs, deer, squirrels, raccoons, possums.
You got to basically burn the place down.
Yes.
In order to fence it in.
Yeah, that's and you can only fence in 2,500 acres. Like I said, this man's got, he's very, very powerful as far as money, and he was the former commissioner for the Wildlife and Fisheries, Louisiana side. He started out under the Blanco administration, then was under Mike Foster's, and that's when all this started coming together. Now this is Wynn Parish maintains this road right here. This is called the Jim Tom Mays Road, and I'll show you up here. This is private owned land here. This is not part of the high fence, but we're running back into the high fence right up here.
Things they can get away with.
Well, because nobody will hold them accountable because too much money.
Yeah.
All right, this road right here, okay. Like I said, this is a parish maintained road. The road's in pretty good shape right now, but when it rains, you can see where it's washed here. Okay, this little old creek right here, before all this was put in here, it wasn't near as big as it's created a big wash right here, and when it rains a lot, these roads will wash out, and the parish has to come in here and grade these roads at the taxpayer's expense.
Now this is back to the fenced-in area?
Yeah, this is the fenced-in area over here. All right, now look over to the right. Now you got the fence on both sides of the road. Okay. Now
we're now in the middle of the fenced-in property.
We got fence to the right, fence to the left. You can tell right here where this water is washing this road out right here, simply because of these mats and stuff. Like
so basically they're just creating their own terrain to hunt in.
Oh yeah, that's what they've done. They've created their little own private little hunting club, and only the rich can get in. On the books it says that they put this fence to establish their property boundaries. All right, and a judge in Wynn Parish told them that the only reason that they put this fence up was to keep other people from hunting, and I've got that in case law. But again, see these washes right here? See how it's washing these roads out?
That's because they're diverting the water.
Well, because they're restricting the water with these mats and stuff. See, these mats, it's restricting how the water flows through here, and the taxpayers' money has to pay to come in here and grade these roads. Yes, they do. And they ought to make them. They should have to come in here and tear these fences down around these other property owners. and you're going to see our property. I'll show you our property right around here. Here's what my brother was talking about right here. All right, this is it used to be an old road. It used to be an old bridge right here, which is still there. But they come in here and put culverts and stuff in here, and restricted the water there, and I'm telling you, it just backs water everywhere. It's flooding our land. It's flooding other people's property.
How many other property owners are back in this area?
There's several property owners out here that's been run over.
Now, how many acres are there altogether that
they've got?
Yes.
About 55,000 acres. Okay, our property starts. This is where our property starts right here. Okay. This is our property. All this to the right of the fence is our property. It goes down here probably a quarter of a mile, and then it turns back, and then I'll take you up here where it ends at. But you can see both sides of the road were fenced in, and then we're going to come back over here, and I'm going to take you. We'll have to be careful for snakes and stuff, but I definitely want to take you back there. This is my grandfather's old house place. Now, I spent a lot of my childhood right here. His old house place was right there. We'll come back up here. This is some of my relatives that live out here. This is my great-grandfather's old house place. This is where he was. This is where my papa was born and raised. Is right here in this old house. This is the original old house.
So now we're on on your land on both sides of the road.
Yes. Get back into the high fence. Okay. This is the corners of our property right here and right here. So this fence goes all the way around our property. Okay. Back here too. So we're surrounded by this fence. All right. This fence goes probably another half a mile or so up here. And then it dead ends. But then when you go past this right up here, you're in the middle of the fence. Okay, you're inside the fence, and there's a road up here called the Beach Creek Road. Another 3 miles up here. If you take a left, drive through there, probably 7-10 miles, you run back into all of Winfield Road. All this is fenced up. There's people that has private property inside. They've got little tracts of property inside this, and they fenced them out. Completely fenced them out.
You're not getting away with it.
And like I said, graveyards. There's those old cemeteries inside this, and I've got newspaper articles that was written by Mr. Jimmy Newsom. He's an older gentleman that used to live in this community, and he knows where the cemeteries are. Destroyed them, brought bulldozers in here and just run over them, denying people access to get into the graveyards. It's not right, and too many crooked politicians are involved in it.
And this is a lot of land. It's a lot of land.
Well, you think? You've seen just a minute part of it.
I'm pretty sure it goes way in deep into there.
When we go back out, I'll take you out this way. I'll take you out the Winfield way. I'll show you. And I'm surprised that somebody's not already come through here checking on us, because anytime that we come in here, you've got people, you've got people that up and down this road, so they harassing us. They do. They harass you. You can't even come out here, especially during deer season. You come out here during deer season, dude. Unbelievable. And they're bullies. And you can put that on the film too. They're bullies. They're high-powered, money-hungry bullies. A lot of land. lots of land.
And it's all their little personal playground.
It's all their personal little playground, and we feel like that there's federal money that was put in this to, help buy this
Feed
at
into
the,
it.
at the taxpayer's expense. We feel like that. Well, I don't feel like it. I know, because I've got documented proof to back up everything that I'm saying, that what they're doing is totally against the law. It's against the law, and if this is something that I would have done, I would be in jail today because of it. I'm gonna go down here, and we're gonna walk back to that little creek. Can't even come out here and enjoy what my granddaddy left for me, because that's what he told me when he left this. When me and him was young boys, we'd come over here every Sunday for Mama would cook fried chicken, and we'd come out here and eat every Sunday. And one day, our grandfather told me and him, said, "Come on, let's go take a walk." And so Papaw, that's what we called him. Papaw, he took me and him through the woods over, and he told us, he said, "I'm going to leave this to y'all. This is y'all's, because it's going to come a day to where you're not going to have a place to hunt." And sure enough, he had some insight. It was kind of prophetic what he said. Because look, we can't even come out here and hunt now. We can, but you can't kill nothing because there's nothing out here.
They fenced it all off.
They fenced everything out, and the law says that they can't do what they've done. But because of political power and money, they've been able to get away with murder, really.
Now, how many acres belong to you guys?
We've got 169 acres right in here. More on this fence line. All right, and they killing our stuff. See these dead trees and stuff? They sprayed chemicals. And you can see where they've killed stuff. How they do that and get away with it?
That's usually what you see on the highways. Mm-hmm. Instead of them actually cutting the grass.
This is probably a 9-foot high fence with a strand of barbed wire on top. So you're probably looking 9 foot 6, 10 foot from ground to bottom.
That's to make sure that nothing gets in or out.
And they claim that a deer can jump in here to gain access. But
You can't. No, that's not humanly. Well, that's not even deer possible.
Well, we've got pictures. I think that I might have showed y'all that deer get their horns hung up in here and they die.
Because they can't.
Now this is, I've seen this on the highway before.
Yeah, well,
this is where they killed
they
it.
Sprayed some chemicals in here to kill these trees, and you can see where they come through here and sprayed this.
I need a bigger stick.
Deer just run off one? No, he's right over there. I heard one run off.
Spider webs.
go from, being the director of the wildlife and fisheries. I mean, I wouldn't think that they make that much money working for the state. Go from that to be able to purchase this and put this fence up, which I think this fence is $20,000 a mile to put up.
Over 55,000 acres.
55,000 acres.
Man, that's a lot of money.
Well, if you have the political people to partner in with you, You're not by yourself.
Yeah.
Well, but you've got political, like this Make-A-Wish Foundation, this they've got a 501c set up out here. Okay, that's a Make-A-Wish Foundation. All right, how much federal money do they get shuffled in through that 501c? And this man has all kinds of business. If you look at his organizational structure, it looks like a spider web. So he can funnel money in and out wherever he wants to, and nobody's going to hold him accountable. I can put him in the same news articles as Sheriff Bodie Little. Sheriff Bodie Little was the sheriff of Wynn Parish. All right, Bodie Little is serving a 13-year federal penitentiary crime for methamphetamines here in Wynn Parish. I can put them two together in an article, you know. And like I said, I've had the Corps of Engineers come out here and look at this. What I'm just to show you up here, and like I said, it goes all the way around this property. I've had people with the Corps come out here and argue. One man saying yes, it's wrong. One man saying no,
it's okay.
It's okay. I've got a investigative report from the Department of Agriculture from a guy that come out here and said that, you know, they're causing major issues with flood, sediment, and they're backing water up on people. And it's not right.
They've been through here.
And they need to be held accountable. Zach Dasher, okay? This is my question to Zach Dasher. All right, made a statement that you want to put God back into this, okay? I know from looking at your contribution statements that that these people that own this fence, Bill Busbick, 6C Corporation, Wild Game Nation, has put about $35,000 to $40,000 worth of money in your campaign. And Duck Dynasty, they come out here and film hunts out here. Where's God in this? Show me God, what these people have done to us. Show me God in this, Zach. That's my question to you and to all the other political people that are running for congressman, for state positions. We want some accountability out here. Do your jobs. Do your jobs. We've had ex-Congressman Clyde Holloway. I've met with him several times. He says that what they're doing is wrong. Okay, this is an elected official. I've approached Bobby Jindal with this. Bobby Jindal ran from me. He couldn't get away from me quick enough. It's corrupt. It's wrong. They're breaking the law, and they're, you know, being able to do it because of the political people they have in their back pockets.
I think that's what, if there was a deer was to get on this property, the coyotes can come in here and catch them.
So that would be an animal that's dug this hole and got up under this fence.
Yeah, I mean, his predator animals are coming in here through that little hole they dug.
So the predators are coming in and they're keeping all the...
And you can see where it backed up on the trees
Yeah,
out
you
there.
can see where it's backed up on the trees. Never have I ever seen water back up and stand in this location right here.
And that's because of the black mat.
I mean, look at the black mat.
Now the black mat starts.
I'm going to show you where it gets better, too. It's not just a black mat. They've come in here and done some other stuff.
Could you assume that they've actually come through your land and walked your land? Can you assume that they've come through and walked your land? The contractors or whomever.
Before they put this fence up, on the corners of our property, there were feed troughs that they filled up with deer feed and stuff. And they drew all the deer off of this property here by putting those feeders out. That's how they got.
They got all the deer off of this 50,000 acres of land before they built the fence, and then they put all these deer in here. They planted them in here themselves, which there's no way.
Wow.
creek. This is called Sandy Creek right here. Okay. This goes all the way through our property. Okay. They put this mat right here. All right, and then they're on the other border, which is probably half a mile through the woods. There's where the creek enters our property. Same thing, but probably about twice as big. And then they put over here. You'll come over here and look. Now this right here was done last year. Okay. Look, they put these culverts in here, and it's restricting the water flow. Look right here where all this sediment is.
It's just said there's no stream moving.
No, and it's causing some major issues. It's causing some major flooding problems, and it's destroying our land. And they're, like I said, they're getting away with it because of political favor, political.
So, we understand that this 55,000 acres of land is owned by Bill Bixby?
Busby.
Bixby.
6C Corporation is the corporation that they have it set up as.
And they have nonprofits up under
They
them?
have a Make-A-Wish Foundation set up, in
Okay.
which I've got all the paperwork to show you. The ex-commissioner for the Louisiana Department of Wildlife and Fisheries under Catherine Blanco's administration, then under Mike Foster's administration.
Okay.
I know that he was a big supporter of Neil Reiser. Right now, I know for a fact that he's a big supporter of Zach Dasher, which, like I said, is the Duck Commanders. You know, show me God, Zach. Show me God in this. Please show me God in this. Is what I'm asking you. Show me God. You know. I respect Phil, you know, for standing up for God and not being afraid to mention that on your TV shows, but, you know, that's kind of contradicting your belief system, you know, and I'm not some radical extremist. I'm just an old country boy. I'm just as redneck as you are, Phil, and Zach, I'm just as redneck as you are, but I want to be able to enjoy something that my grandfather, who was a godly man, who taught me, you know, about God, who taught me about love, and my grandmother, she was a Proverbs 31 woman, you know. Why is this being allowed to happen to us? You know, is I want to see this fence taken down around our property to where we have access to come out here and enjoy what my great-grandfather left me, okay? The ability to hunt and enjoy what he left us. And that's what he left it here for. If you go to the Wynn Parish Courthouse, okay, Wynn Parish Courthouse is probably 20 miles up the road. You walk into the courthouse and there's a plaque up on the wall. World War II veterans that was over in Germany during World War II. 7 of my uncles that was brought up, raised on this property, their names is up there. I'm a disabled vet. This boy right here is a disabled vet. So, you know, I'm not throwing that trump card out saying, you know, hey, you owe me something because of, you know, I signed that contract to serve and fight for my country, but what did I fight for? For this, you know? We talk about terrorists and borders.
Right here.
We got problems right here. So let's take care of our local problems first, and then focus on the bigger problems. Because if you can't fix what's going on here, you definitely can't fix it in D.C.
Sure can't. It's a bigger problem in D.C. than it is here. You're right.
Yep.
Come on, y'all will have to ask me some more questions.
Okay.
And it was like, you know, when this first started out, up here at the end of this road, and this road up here, you know, the man already had the fence established. I mean, he had access to this place cut off. And that he had that for 2 or 3 years. And then he strategically came in here and ran this fence after he had already set his other fence up, just to keep us
From getting the
from
deer and
having deer
enjoying the
being
wildlife.
able to come on our property.
He had my brother here and my cousin Gary Hatton arrested for trespassing. Okay, And we went to court in Wynn Parish, and I approached the DA in Wynn Parish, and I said, what evidence do you have that you're basing these charges on? And the only thing that he had was 2 pictures, and they were showing 2 people. You couldn't really tell who it was. Him and my cousin. I know it was, but they were on our side of the fence. They were on this side of the fence, and they had them arrested for trespassing on our own land. All right, and I've had a DA. I'm not going to mention this guy's name, but I've had a DA. One of the DAs there's 3 parishes that are involved in this. One of the DAs told me that there was a guy that was working for the sheriff department, and that he was on these people's payroll, and that we were targeted, me, my brother, and my cousin, that we had an X on our head. That's not right. You know, that is not right. Am I worried? Am I scared? No, I'm not. I'm not scared.
You were speaking about water settling up here.
Yeah, I've never seen this before. This is the first time that I've saw this.
Let's go take a look at that.
Really, this is the first time that I've seen this happen.
Now, let me ask you this. The reason why that would happen was because there was fences and gates that way.
Oh, yeah, there's a fence all the way around this 169 acres.
Oh, okay.
It completely surrounds it. And this little creek right here, it runs right through the middle of our property. Okay?
Okay, I see what you're saying.
And on the upper end of it, they've got the same thing, but they've got 2 big culverts there. You know?
So in other words, this would be flowing straight through
here.
This would be water through here.
No, the water flows through this
Oh, it
little
goes
creek.
around.
No, it goes through this creek right here.
And it's supposed to come through.
It comes through this creek, but these mats right here
Keeps it
have
from-
got it restricted, and it backs it up, and it causes all this to flood.
Oh.
And like I said, I've got a report from a federal agency that backs this up. But really, I've never seen water standing right here.
That which is not good.
No, it's not good. It's killing our children.
Yeah.
But you take them to court, you know, you don't have the money to fight them because they're
They're lawyers.
oh yeah, they're lawyer heavy.
Yeah. Well, like with Mr. Washington case, he's fighting against a lawyer.
Yeah.
And you fight against the lawyer, you know, and they know, these people know that we don't have the money to fight them in the court systems. And really, we shouldn't have to fight them in the court system. You know, the system should fight this battle for us, because
It's a wrong in the system.
it's a wrong in the system. There's agencies, they're both federal and state agencies, not being held accountable or more or less overlooking this because of the political connections that they have and the power that they have.
Exactly.
That they're being allowed to more or less do what they want to when they want to without, you know, having to answer for it.
And majority of these are probably Republicans not getting political.
No, it's not a political thing. And
It's about money.
It's about money.
Money.
And it is, the majority of the people that are out here are Republicans. You know, and like I said, they really pushed Neil Reiser this past campaign for Congress. And this is one of the main reasons that Neil Reiser got beat by Vance McAllister. This was a big issue that we're not going away. And that's my thoughts on that, and that's how I feel. This is a hard issue with me. This means more to me than $1.
This is a legacy. This
Well,
is a heritage.
and we've had people from the Corps of Engineers. We've had people from other state, local government entities just asked us, well, why don't you just sell this to Bill Busby? We have had people ask us that.
Why? It's yours.
It's right. It means more to me than $1. You know, this is something.
Well, that's vaguely familiar because Mr. Washington was told the same thing.
Well,
Why don't you just sell it?
Sell it, yes.
But why would you sell something that wasn't for sale in the first place?
Well, and here's my thing: you can't put a price on this. This is not for sale.
No.
I don't care for what amount of money. It's not for sale. You know, you come off me $1 million, it's not for sale. It's not. Yeah, I've never seen this. That's before. Just how that is. Really, I haven't.
Like it stopped right here.
Well,
It did.
What happens is that sediment, when that water, you know, backs up when it rains, you know, the sediment deposits
underneath the
Well,
ground.
no, it just deposits stuff on top of the ground, and it creates a
Its own
dam.
little, yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, they just dammed off the water, and this is just its own isolated spot,
Sure,
and they've got
and
everything.
And it's this way everywhere. It's just not right here. I showed you the
The other
big,
one.
big creek up here on the highway, and they've got these places all over this place, all over this country, and it's an
Name
issue.
a few of the names that are involved with some of the decision making that went into getting these fences in place.
Right.
If you could kind of run down how they're intertwined in all this.
Well, you know, you go back and study financial contributions. Okay, follow the money. That's
Yeah,
what I say.
follow the money.
Neil Reiser, like I said, last congressional election, big supporter of Neil Reiser. Okay, big supporter of Neil Reiser. Zach Dasher, he's getting their support this congressional election to the sum of tens of thousands of dollars. Mike Foster, you know, his name has come up in a lot of investigations that we've had done on this. Where do you want to start? You know, from the sheriff to the tax assessor of Wynn Parish to the district attorney of Wynn Parish, from the governor of Louisiana, the vice president of the United States of America, Dick Cheney.
They're all big hunters.
I can put all the names in there. Yes, I can.
They're all big hunters.
Yeah. And this is what a reporter told me that come out here and looked at this several years ago. It says this looks like another one of Dick Cheney's playgrounds. So we believe that that's where the federal money come through. You know, and there's, like I said, there's $87 million that's on the budget book. I think it's a 2004 budget book for Mike Foster. Can't nobody tell you where it went. Nobody can tell you where that money went to. Where is the money? Follow the money.
Here it is.
You'll find it. Yeah.
Here it is. It's. I'm pretty sure a good bulk of it put into these fences, and I'm pretty sure that was. I'm concerned as to who actually installed the fences.
You'd probably have to get probably some contractor. They probably hired that out third party, but I'm sure that whoever it was one of their buddies or whatever. You know, to keep the money flowing within the
money.
Oh yeah, well, exactly, within the corporation or whatever. But,
And it could be federal grant money too,
yes,
guised up under something else.
yes,
And that's where the 501(c)(3)s come in.
501(c)(3)s,
Yeah,
if you
that
say
gives you a lot more
cash,
access.
That gives you opportunity
to hide
to
money.
get the money to put these fences up, so they might not have spent a dime on it.
Do I know?
They might
They
not
might have had it
done
donated also.
They could have had it donated, and they could have had a grant for just this.
Well, exactly.
But see, the problem that we're having is we're speculating as to how it got put up. There's an actual story,
Yeah.
But,
and
you know,
nobody knows that story.
because nobody wants to say. Somebody knows, you know, but being, you know, middle class working America, you know, I
We'll
don't
never
have,
get the
I don't
story.
have $1 million to hire an attorney or to hire a private investigator to dig and find out. But if you follow the money, you could find out everything. You could. And there's a lot of money that's been hidden in this deal. You know, there's a lot of corrupt business deals that have gone down here.
That resulted
Oh,
in
sure.
in your land just being
No
pretty
doubt
much.
about it. From your local, like I said, from your local to your state on up to your federal government agencies. It's involved in it right here.
Well, you follow the money.
That's what we've been screaming. You know, follow the money. Where did the $87 million go to? As a tax-paying citizen,
You have the right
we
to
have
question
that right.
it.
Yeah. But you know, we've questioned that, and nobody seems to be able to give us a concrete answer.
Well, that's because you're not one of them.
Right.
They don't have to account to you. You're just
I'm a peon.
you're a peon.
Yeah. Yep. So this is America at its finest right here. You know.
This is America. It's America.